Commander Zara Chen stood on the bridge of the UES sanctuary, watching the final evacuation pods dock with their ship. The mining colony on Kepler 442c had been hit by catastrophic seismic activity, and her rescue fleet of 12 vessels had successfully evacuated over 40,000 civilians in the past 18 hours. It was supposed to be a routine humanitarian mission, the kind that had earned humanity respect across the galaxy for their unwavering commitment to preserving life, regardless of species. "All pods secured, Commander," reported Lieutenant Torres from his station. "The Altarian families from Sector 7 are the last group aboard." Chen nodded, relief washing over her. The mixed-species colony had been a testament to interstellar cooperation, with humans working alongside Altarians, vegan traders, and even a few Zentaurian researchers. When the planet began tearing itself apart, there had been no question. Earth's rescue fleet would answer the distress call. "Signal the fleet," Chen ordered. "Prepare for hyperspace jump to..." The bridge erupted in alarms. Chief Navigator Kim's voice cut through the chaos. Multiple contacts dropping out of hyperspace. 47 ships. On the main display, sleek crimson vessels materialized in perfect formation. Chen recognized the distinctive angular design immediately. Hegemony warships. The Kethvar hegemony had been making aggressive territorial claims throughout the sector, but attacking a rescue operation was unprecedented. "Incoming transmission," reported Communications Officer Park. The view screen flickered to life, revealing the chitinous face of a Kethvar commander, mandibles clicking with what Chen had learned was their equivalent of a sneer. "Human vessel, you are in violation of hegemony space. Surrender your ships and cargo immediately." "This is a rescue operation in neutral space," Chen replied firmly. "We have 40,000 civilians aboard, including non-combatants and children. We pose no threat." The alien commander's compound eyes glittered with malice. "All species in this sector now belong to the hegemony. Your rescue is theft of our property." Before Chen could respond, energy beams lanced out from the hegemony fleet. The first salvo struck the UES Hope, one of their smaller rescue vessels. Chen watched in horror as the ship's shields collapsed and its hull ruptured. 2,000 souls, including 800 children, were aboard that vessel. "Return fire," Chen commanded, but she knew they were outgunned. Rescue ships carried minimal weapons. Their hulls were designed for maximum capacity and life support, not combat. The battle was swift and brutal. The Kethvar showed no mercy, systematically destroying ship after ship. When the UES Guardian tried to cover an evacuation pod launch, the aliens targeted the pods themselves, vaporizing hundreds of fleeing civilians in flashes of superheated plasma. As her own ship shuddered under enemy fire, Chen managed to launch a single hyperspace beacon, a desperate message containing full sensor recordings of the massacre. The transmission would take 3 days to reach Earth, but it would carry the truth of what happened here. The UES sanctuary was the last to fall. As the bridge filled with smoke and sparks, Chen's final sight was the Kethvar ships methodically hunting down escape pods like wolves chasing scattered sheep. Admiral Marcus Webb stood in the war room beneath Earth's capital, his weathered face carved from granite as he reviewed the beacon's data for the 100th time. Around the table, the Joint Chiefs of Staff and representatives from every human colony world watched the recordings in silence. 47,000 souls lost, an entire rescue fleet obliterated, children murdered as they fled. "The Galactic Council has issued a formal condemnation," reported Secretary of State Martinez. "They're calling for economic sanctions." Webb's laugh was devoid of humor. "Sanctions against genocide." He stood, his hands flat on the table. "Gentlemen, ladies, the galaxy is about to learn why we humans have a saying. Speak softly but carry a big stick." Within 6 hours, humanity's true fleet began mobilizing. Not the rescue ships that had earned them galactic goodwill, but the weapons of war they had hoped never to use again. The UES Retribution, humanity's first planet-killer dreadnought, emerged from its hidden dock beyond Pluto. 12 heavy battle groups activated across human space, their crews grim-faced and ready. The aliens had made a fatal miscalculation. They had seen humanity's mercy and mistaken it for weakness. They had witnessed human compassion and assumed it meant vulnerability. They had never bothered to ask why a species capable of such kindness had needed to develop such devastating weapons in the first place. Admiral Webb's armada dropped out of hyperspace in the Kethvar home system, like an angel of vengeance clothed in steel and flame. 300 ships strong, bristling with weapons that could crack moons and boil atmospheres. The hegemony's home fleet, mighty as it seemed in their own space, looked like toys before humanity's wrath. The alien commander who had ordered the massacre was brought aboard Webb's flagship in chains. As he stood before the admiral, his mandibles clicked nervously, no longer in arrogance but in terror. "You wanted to see what humans were capable of," Webb said quietly, his voice carrying the weight of 47,000 graves. "You destroyed our rescue fleet because you thought we were weak. Allow me to correct that misunderstanding. The Keth of our homeworld's orbital defenses lasted 17 minutes. Their vaunted fleet managed 23. When the smoke cleared, the hegemony's military might was reduced to scattered debris orbiting their now defenseless planet." But Webb wasn't finished. As the broken alien commander watched through the viewport, human ships began deploying something the galaxy had never seen: atmospheric processors in reverse. Machines that would slowly but surely transform the Keth of our homeworld into a barren wasteland, uninhabitable for millennia. "This is genocide," the alien whispered, his translator struggling with his species' language of fear. Webb's eyes were cold as deep space. "No, genocide is what you did to our rescue fleet. This is justice. You have 1 standard year to evacuate your population to other worlds. After that, this planet dies just like all those children you murdered." The message spread across the galaxy faster than hyperspace travel. Humanity's mercy was infinite, but so was their capacity for righteous wrath. Attack their rescue ships, murder their evacuees, and learn why the species that had once fought themselves to the brink of extinction had chosen to become peacekeepers instead of conquerors. The Kethvar became a nomadic people, scattered across distant worlds. Their children told stories of the day they learned that angels of mercy could become demons of vengeance with the pull of a trigger. And in the rescued civilian camps across human space, 47,000 empty chairs served as a reminder. Humanity would always answer a distress call, but those who attacked the rescuers would face consequences that burned like stars and endured like time itself.